crossed my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi Virgo, welcome to your June 2019 reading with me, guys. This month I wanted to incorporate a few of my oracle decks for the readings. So we are going to be looking into the Indigo Angel deck, which is a beautiful deck that I like to use for Virgos because you guys are angels. So I love bringing this deck out for Virgo. And then we have the Wisdom of the House of Night deck. So I'm working with the light and the dark this month, you guys. And this is mainly because we are in Gemini season the first couple weeks of June, and then the second half of June we will be moving into Cancer energy, Virgo. But as far as that Geminian energy, it does bring up duality between light and dark and masculine and feminine. So we're going to pull an oracle card to begin your reading, and this is going to be something that you're kind of aware of, something that is light, something that you can see. And then, of course, we're going to look into what's being hidden from you, something that is going on underneath the surface. So the seen and the unseen, basically, is what the light and the dark means for me. And then after that, we will look into the month of June by week, okay? First week, second week, third week, fourth week, and we'll see what messages come up there. So let's go ahead and get you an Indigo Angel deck, Virgo, or Indigo Angel card, excuse me. What is the message for Virgo for June 2019? What is the message for Virgo? Okay, we have allow love. So, okay, I need to follow my intuition and talk to you guys about what I need to talk to you about. But first, I want to show you that you have the underlying energy of Mother Mary. This card just came out for Leo, but this is seriously my Virgo card. The Virgin Mary, I definitely associate with Virgo energy because you guys are the virgins of the zodiac. So, oh goodness, I forgot, there's a card over here, You Are Not Alone, so that one wasn't a part of the deck apparently. I never like to shuffle a deck until it's complete, but I didn't realize that. So maybe this is important also, Virgo, that you know you're not alone, okay? But the card that came out is Allow Love, and we have that Mother Mary energy, so some of you may be mothers. But anyway, real quickly here, let's just pause. There's something going on with you, Virgo. I'm noticing it all around me. There's just a lot of blessings happening for you guys, a lot of love. I know Virgos who are finding new love. I know Virgos who are getting married. I know Virgos who have moved into new homes. That's not to say that there isn't things that you're stressed about or struggling with, but I just want you guys to know that it seems as if every Virgo, all the Virgo vibrations, are receiving some sort of love. Like there's something here, and I just feel that because it's allow love here. Also, the underlying energy for your reading is the Ace of Cups. I stopped shuffling at the Ace of Cups after I invoked Virgo energy, and we also have love here, okay? So there's just something going on, and it's like, you know, you're gonna have to allow this love. It depends on where you are as an individual Virgo on the self-love meter. You know, it depends on how much you've been loving yourself, taking care of yourself, because I truly do believe that we have to do those things in order to attract that love, that divine love. Okay, so you guys are all on a different spectrum when it comes to that, but I'm telling you, there is love for you, Virgo, out there, for those of you who are interested in it, if you were just to allow it, okay? This is going to involve you having to open your heart. Oh, you know, like it's going to involve you having to open your heart and accept this love. So let's go ahead and shuffle and get you something that you don't know. What's the message for Virgo for June 2019? Something that's under the surface, a bit unknown to Virgo. What is the card for the dark? What is the message for Virgo for June 2019? So the two cards popped out, and my window is open right now, and I got a glimpse of a bird just soaring. So that may be a message, okay? Something taking flight. We have the Moon card at the bottom of the deck for the dark. So there's definitely something that's being hidden from you, Virgo. You're gonna need to follow your intuition as far as where to move, where to go, how to move forward. There's some hidden movement forward, and you may be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. The cards coming out are beautiful. The Fledgling and the High Priestess of Earth. That is you, Virgo. So you're getting 2 cards, and that's fine. There just must be a lot that is being hidden from you. We're going to read from the book here for Allow Love, but to me, this is definitely something about, you know, offering your heart. This person looks quite shy and scared to offer their heart. It's like, oh, fine, here it is. Like, you know, here you go. Here's my heart. Like, you know, I'm picking up on a vibe that someone doesn't feel worthy of love. Someone doesn't feel like they deserve love. And so it's like, they don't feel like if they give their heart, it's even worth it. Like, so please know the value of what you're giving away when you're giving your heart, or when you're offering your heart to someone. Okay? That's what I'm getting intuitively. And this is on page 11, which is just gorgeous. The fact that Allow Love would be on page 11, that's very twin flamey, that's very divine, very new beginning-y. So sometimes it's difficult for indigos to see that those around them, especially those in authority, actually do love them. When rules are imposed upon them, they are faced with disciplinary action, and when one close to them gets upset, they often feel rejected. It is your role as an indigo to question rules and to ask why. When the situation seems unfair, this will never change. This card, let me read that again. Okay. It says, when rules are imposed upon you, and when you're faced with disciplinary action, and when the ones close to them gets upset, they often feel rejected. It is your role as an indigo to question rules and to ask why. When situations seem unfair, this will never change. That's so weird to me. This card invites you to see that although some things feel unjust, people are only lovingly looking out for your best interest. In order for you to live and succeed in society, certain rules must be followed. When the people in your life correct your behavior, sometimes it's because they love you and want the best for you. If you sit and meditate, you'll know whether this is true for your present situation. Your role in this world will be shown to you clearly. Your job now is to make sure that you do what is asked in order to be a productive member of society, the same society that you are meant to recreate, Virgo. So a couple things there that I just wanted to touch on, because I'm dating a Virgo, okay? I've been with a Virgo for 3 years. And so I know all about the feeling of rejection when there's rules, or when there's discipline, or when someone gets upset around you, Virgo. You can feel rejected sometimes. Okay, and so let me get to this part that I really wanted to talk about. When people in your life correct your behavior. So Virgo, you guys are the perfectionist of the zodiac. Your job, your divine purpose, your heavenly duty is literally to critique the mistakes and flaws of people, places, and things. That is what every Virgo, and that's why every Virgo is extremely anal. They're very critical. They have photographic memory. They pay an insane amount of attention to detail. And that's because you just want to know that everything's right, everything's good. It's not because you think you're better than anybody. It's because Virgos have this, there's this feeling you guys get when something goes wrong. And you know what it is that it don't matter if it doesn't matter what it is, it's your fault, isn't it, Virgo? When something goes wrong, you guys feel like it's your fault. So this is leading me to talk about this because it says when other people in your life correct your behavior, sometimes it's because they love you and that they want the best for you. But you're going to have to meditate this month and reflect this month to know whether that's true. Because, you know, Virgo, sometimes you guys do have a right to react the way that you do when other people tell you stuff about yourself, when they point out flaws that you have, when something goes wrong, no matter whose fault it is, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, but when something goes wrong on your behalf or the behalf of another, you know, I think it's just important that you're finding the love in that, even at work, you know, whatever it might be, you know, just something coming up there, Virgo. You know, this message is weird. It's about, I'm going to go intuitive off of this, but, you know, I wanted to read the book too. So this is bringing up society and authority. So I think some of you guys are also dealing with like jobs. It does say that your job is to make sure you do what is asked in order to be productive. So I think there's some authority here at work. There's just people telling you what to do in your life in June. And as a Virgo, you can mistake that. You can confuse that with being wrong, being not good enough, feeling rejected. Like, be very careful not to do that. And just allow love in the situation of mistakes. Because Virgo, you guys are the perfect imperfects. You know, you guys are meant to symbolize perfection in a way to represent that flaws are what make you perfect. So just keep that in mind. Now, I feel this is more so about allowing love into everything, and allowing love romantically, allowing love into your home, allowing love into your heart, into your world, into your day-to-day life and routine, offering your heart. And it's like somebody here is real, they want to do this. They want to offer their heart. And I think this is you, Virgo. You want to allow love. But there's probably some things in the past. There's some cheating. There's some lying. There's some trust issues. Like, why would anybody feel this bashful about offering their heart? You know, her head is hung low. She's like really afraid about what's going to happen. And I think that's just because there's still some stuff in your energy. You know, and it obviously has something to do with mistakes and, you know, somebody correcting you, correcting your behavior. So that's something you already know, Virgo. You already know this. And so we're going to move into these two cards here, which is the High Priestess of Earth. Beautiful card to come up for you, Virgo. This is about your body and your logic. But we're going to read the fledgling first, because this looks like a new beginning here. The fledgling is the first card in this whole deck. So you could be dealing with an Aries or another earth sign. But we're going to read what this message is talking about, because I think this is just about a new beginning. The fledgling is on page 28. Okay, so there's something you don't know about a new beginning this month, Virgo. So this says, Dear one, when you receive the symbol of the fledgling, know that you are blessed with a time of learning new things. So there's something you need to learn new about yourself, Virgo. And I think it has a lot to do with allowing love and, you know, being more comfortable when your behavior is corrected. Because Virgos know a lot. And I think sometimes you guys have every right to feel this way. Like, what could you possibly tell me about what I'm doing wrong? You know what I mean? And I'm talking and I just dropped this card. So it's like, I think your reaction to being told that something you did was wrong, or your reaction to other people, you know, telling you about flaws, is how you're going to be able to keep track of this growth in you. I want you guys, I'll say it like this. I think it'll be really great for you guys to get to a point where someone can say something to you, whether they're in the right or not, and that not disturb you as much as it does. Because trust me, I know Virgo. Ooh, you tell a Virgo something's wrong, like, girl, boy, Anyway, let's get back to this fledgling. So it's about learning new things. This is a time for you to remember that you cannot know things until you experience them. Being in the evolving state means you may stumble a bit. So if you want to evolve, you're going to stumble. Don't expect yourself to be perfect. It literally says, don't expect yourself to be perfect. Virgo, oh my God, you need to hear that every day. Now is the time for being gentle with yourself as you step into your destiny to become the beautiful person you're meant to be. When the fledgling appears to you, it is a sign of new growth and wonderful new opportunities. Step forward with curiosity and a willingness to learn and discover. So yeah, this is about learning more about yourself, learning new things about yourself. And I think in this case, this has something to do with allowing love. It has something to do with this new part of you that's more open to criticism from others. Boom. And that one part, don't expect yourself to be perfect. Goodness, Virgo. I think that's what roots all of this. That's where all this stems from, is that you guys are burdened with the, you know, to fill perfected shoes. You guys have the burden of filling the shoes of perfection, and it's like, no. Okay, let's read about this High Priestess of Earth, because I think this is definitely something that you need to learn new about you. It's great. This is a great energy. I'm looking in the wrong book. I gotta get this book again. High Priestess of Earth, which is so good to come up for you guys. This is the card 32, or the page 32. So, all right. When you choose this symbol of the High Priestess of Earth, the Goddess of Night is nudging you to take care of your health and your beautiful body. The High Priestess of Earth symbolizes all things in the physical world, your body, the body of Earth, and the things you surround yourself with. Now is the time to eat well, get rest, and connect to the power of Earth by walking barefoot. Be mindful, knowing that you are a child of flesh and bone who came alive through the blending of Earth magic in your spirit. If your question is about a situation with a friend or a love interest, know that the High Priestess of Earth is asking you to wait until you see tangible evidence of what you seek to understand about this relationship. Perhaps a first kiss or a shared activity will give you more insight into your question. Stay grounded and wait and see. So, okay, Virgo, there's even something here about love. Okay, there's probably a lot of you, like I said, there's this new energy. Although this is about your body, your physical energy, about getting out into nature and walking barefoot, that would be all great to do in June. I do like that little tidbit there about love. So if there is these new people, these new loves coming on in your life, Virgo, you're being guided to wait for tangible, and this is something you do anyway. Earth signs, they don't like cute words. You guys are not water signs. So you don't fall in love with potential. You don't fall in love with the what ifs, could ifs, and should ifs. You are practical. This is a very Knight of Pentacles energy. It's talking about waiting for this new beginning, but also knowing that you're never going to learn anything about anything if you don't experience. Learning and knowledge does go hand in hand with experience. So there's just something going on there, Virgo, to where you need to allow love this month. And then I'm going to keep this new beginning here for you, the fledgling. And some of you could be dealing with an Aries in that sense, where I don't care who you're dealing with, Virgo. It's just make sure that even if it's not about love, if it's about a job offer, just, the proof in the pudding is really, really true. Not just trusting what people say, but also just like it's actions. Actions speak louder than words. So you need some sort of physical proof about this relationship. The first kiss, doing some kind of activity together so that you can know for sure that this feeling is real. Okay, not just trusting what people say this month, because it is Gemini season. There's going to be a lot of said stuff. There's going to be a lot that's said, but Gemini is the talker, not the walker. All right, Virgo, you're the walker, actually. I think Gemini is the talker. So again, we do have this Ace of Cups telling me that there is new love, but let's break this June month down by week. So this is for Virgo. For the month of June 2019, what is the first week of June? What is the message for the first week of June for Virgo 2019? Give me one card to represent the first week of June. We have the Five of fucking Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. So Virgo, this is quite interesting. The first week of June, now I'm recording this in the second week of June. It's June 8th. So we've definitely finished a full week of June. We're headed into the second week of June now. So you guys, the majority of you have probably already felt this energy. And this is very, very left out in the cold energy. It's poverty, it's unemployment. This is, if you're not dealing with that, then there's a fear that you don't have enough resources. This is heavy earth energy. So what this is about, Virgo, is you guys are afraid of losing a job over the next 10 years, because this is about the next 10 years. This is a home environment. I don't know if some of you guys are really stressed out about being left out in the cold financially in a home environment. Someone here may even lose a home environment or a lump sum of money. This is a career energy. It's an inheritance, but this is financial success in the future, longevity. Although what's coming out for you is a feeling of loss, a feeling of lack, a feeling of poverty, a feeling of homelessness, unemployment. So it's really interesting. These are polar opposite energies. This is I don't have enough. I may run out. I'm left out in the cold. Where do I go? You may need to ask for help, Virgo. You may need help financially at the beginning of June. This is all that energy. This is I have enough. I'm fulfilled. The future is secure. So there's just something here about securing your future, Virgo. And this may have to do with the Cancer that you live with. It may have to do with a car, insuring a car, because we have the Chariot. That's a specific car. So this is like finances when it comes to the car. I feel a home environment and a car, but this is about your future, and when I see energies like this together, this is reminding me of the law of abundance, which is something I've been practicing for about a year now. About a year ago, I realized that abundance is actually a law in the universe, and it states and it promises that there's enough for everybody. Like, everything that is yours belongs to you and will come to you, but you have to be in alignment with it. It needs to be in alignment with you. So some of you guys need to research and practice the law of abundance, which is trusting and having faith in the fact that you will never be without, because there's just too much of an infinite supply of things. I mean, think about how big the universe is. Think about how much money is printed every day in this world. You know, it's you guys, I'm not saying that you guys don't, but so many people just don't realize how much power we have over abundance, how much power we have when it comes to how much we determine, how much it is up to us how wealthy we are. Okay, I know it doesn't always seem that way when you're in reality, but you know, take it from me as a Pisces, I have manifested money before. I have literally made magical money, and you know what I'm saying, I trust that more than I do, you know, the logical things. So there's just something to consider here about your future of finances, because there is conflict here. Some of you guys are struggling, some of you guys are going without. You may need to ask for help. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and keep shuffling. Whoa, that's way, wow. Okay, this is a message for you though, Virgo. All this thick stack of cards, just if you can see how thick that is, all these tarot cards just came out, and the top here is the Hermit, which is your ruling card. So I don't know if some of you guys are dealing with, you may have air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see Cancer and Pisces here. I don't know, this is just about, you know, conversations, Virgo, with this Queen of Swords. You can see that you and the Queen of Swords, this is you facing some sort of intellectual person. You guys may need to talk to a lawyer or someone of intellect. I think you guys are waiting to make a decision. You're waiting for financial balance, but you know, there's something here coming in with your destiny, with Jupiter energy. So wow, like that's a hell of a message there, Virgo. You know, I just think that this is about you coming to terms with the truth, something that you've known for a while now, something you've been waiting to hear. You know, there's a decision here financially about the equal give and take. And then of course your destiny is your destiny is spying on you, Virgo. I don't think this is the first time these two cards have come out for you. I think they came out last month. But your destiny has something to say to you. Your destiny is keeping an eye on you and spying on you. And I think that there's something that's about to change. Okay, now that was definitely a message for you, because that's your ruling card. But let's see if we can get one card to come out for the second week of June, which is where we are now. So what's going on for Virgo in the second week of June? And we have the Ten of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So someone here loses a job. There's some kind of ending. And you know why, Virgo? Because it's contributing to your addictive behavior. It's contributing to the chains that you feel to a person, place, or thing. Now, there may be a Capricorn significant here because we have the Devil. But to me, this looks like a painful ending to something toxic. It might be a third party. And, you know, this might be, it literally might involve a Capricorn child or a Capricorn from your past. This is a very nostalgic addiction too, and this is addiction. I forgot why I said addiction, addictive personality, but this is toxic addiction: drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, weed, whatever it might be. And knowing you, Virgo, you might be addicted to work. Okay, but the Six of Cups is under here. Some of you have a Capricorn child, seriously, or something like that. Others of you guys have a Capricorn returning from the past, or maybe you got to be very careful of people you were chained to from the past returning. Okay, Six of Cups. Under that is the Four of Cups. You know, some of you guys are reminiscing in the past, and it's like you're not, you know, this toxicity or whatever, it's linked to a missed opportunity. Like you're focusing on this third party. You're focusing so much on what you want that you're not even open to receiving this fourth cup here. You may miss an opportunity. Okay, now I feel like this is toxicity from the past. I feel like this is a lot coming in from the past. It may be a Capricorn, all right? You know, we have the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. So this has to do with the foundation. It has to do with the home environment, maybe. But this right here is the ending to something toxic the second week of June. And I think it has to do with work or a third party. Let's get the third week of June. What's going on for the third week of June for Virgo 2019? Give me one card for the third week of... what is this? This is the Nine of Pentacles. This always comes out for Virgo. That's the single woman card. Some of you guys are just going to take some time away from everything and just be single, be self-sufficient. That card didn't come all the way out though. But yeah, there's something here about abundance, you know? Changing your mindset from lack to abundance. Look, I stopped shuffling at the moon card. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, your opposite sign. You could be dealing with a Cancer, a Leo. You know, there just might be something about the third week of June that you don't know. Goodness gracious, a lot of jumpers here. We have the Justice card. We have the King of Pentacles, Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the Tower here, and again this Nine of Pentacles. So there's going to be some conflict at the third week of May when it comes to self-sufficiency or singlehood. There may be something unexpected, some kind of crumbling down the third week of June. What is the third week of June for Virgo? What's going on? Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. I almost bent these cards. So we have the Six of Swords and the Four of Pentacles coming out, which is kind of interesting. Do I go? Do I stay? Because there's something going on. Someone's trying to get away with something. The third week of June, there may be a lie. There may be cheating. There may be some sort of deception. And it may or may not be linked to a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. It might be linked to like a one-night stand or like someone who has a passionate, you know, cheating session, whether it's you or another person. Okay, but we have an underlying energy of the Seven of Swords. So I feel like you've been holding on to something, whether it's money, a job. You're leaving something the third week of June that you've been hanging on to for a long time, Virgo. You are leaving it. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. And it has something to do with deception, taking back everything that is yours, or maybe this is someone who stole from you, you know, something like that. Let's get the last week of June, and then we'll talk about some of this. So, okay, Five of Wands and the Two of Swords. So it's interesting. You're getting two cards. Now, I just wanted 4 cards here. But maybe these are clarifiers. Maybe there's some clarifying that needed to take place. Because we do have 2 cards here, 2 cards here. So you needed 2 cards for basically the second, third, and fourth week of June. Underlying energy is the Six of Cups. So that tells me that there's absolutely something significant about your past, Virgo, for June. Okay, soulmate energy. Some of you guys, there's people, places, and things. It's very nostalgic energy for June. You may find yourself running into old colleagues or old high school sweetheart energy. We'll talk about that at the end. Let's take this from the top, which is where we start. You know, we talked a little bit about this. You walked into June feeling a bit worried about finances. There's some kind of financial conflict. You really may need to ask for help moving into the second week of June, because some of you guys, there's a painful ending to a job because it's just not working out. Okay, conflict here, something that needs to change at a financial level, or something that needs to change about your reality, because some of you are also feeling kind of left out in the cold. You feel a little abandoned, and again, you could be worried about losing a home, losing a job, losing, you know, some sort of financial stability. But if you take a look here, you're not alone. And you know what? That card stayed out over there, remember? And this is my You Are Not Alone card. Okay? It's easy to feel alone when you're struggling in this way. But you can see clearly in the card here that there are 2 people. So you're not alone, Virgo. There's at least one person here. Now, these people have been through a lot together. You know, there's been a lot of financial conflict. Something that needs to change at a financial level. Homelessness, unemployment. I think that's a fear that you guys came into June feeling because of something that happened in May. Now we move into the second week of May, which is where we are now. Some of you have already felt this conflict. Okay, and please know that this is all happening because there needs to be change, especially for an earth sign like you. Remember, you know, there's some new beginnings that the universe wants you to experience this month. And it wants you to have proof, okay? It's trying to give you proof for this. So you are an earth sign, so money and work is very important to you, Virgo, okay? Second week, which is where we are now, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. So there's some kind of ending that takes place throughout the second week of May. Now, I want to pause here real quick and talk to you a little bit about what Gemini, this is Gemini season. This is Cancer season. So Gemini is your 10th house, Virgo. And that's why there's a heavy focus. Remember, I should have talked to you about that earlier when we had the 10 of Pentacles here with this 5 of Pentacles. Some of you guys are working 2 different jobs, or you're thinking about that because the 5 of Pentacles is half of the 10 of Pentacles. So you moved from the 5 of Pentacles to 5 more Pentacles. So there's something here about half of the money, like half, sharing something halfway, like splitting something halfway, like half the rent. There's something going on there with the 5 and the 10 of Pentacles as well, in order to secure your financial success in the future. Like, can you go half with me? Is there any way you can pay for half of this? I'm feeling that kind of energy. But yeah, Gemini season is all about your 10th house of career, which is why most of you guys are focusing on your future. You're focusing on what you're doing for a living. Like, do you want to work where you're working for the next 10 years? Some of you need to check out my Gemini new moon video. Okay, because there was a new moon the first week. And so because of that, I think the new moon in Gemini, you were setting intentions to never feel this poverty again. Some of you never want to struggle financially again. And then we move into the second week again with this 3 of Pentacles. So that might involve, a painful ending to a work situation. This is literally something ending. I don't know if it's a third party, but I'm going to follow my instinct. I feel like a lot of you are just going through changes when it comes to money. Because the 3 of Pentacles right here, this is a card that is, it's like a financial plan. Like, some of you guys, there's an ending because there was just no budget. Like, there wasn't a budget. No one kept track of where the money was going. Like, this is not a good teamwork situation. There's like 3 people in this situation who aren't working together financially. So this is causing someone in the situation, or maybe the situation, to painfully end. Now, there is a light at the end of the tunnel here, Virgo. This is actually a good card. So if there's any pain, like, I don't know if some of you guys go through pain, like, because I do focus on the swords here, how they're in this back. It's like, I don't know if someone's in too much pain to continue working this much. That might be why, this is happening. There's just some kind of ending. Some of you may need time off work, which is going to really, really stress you out in June, because you're already coming into the month with your own financial conflict, something that needs to change about money or something, okay? There's just some kind of ending here, clearly, to a job, okay? And please know that it's all for the greater good. It's actually the light at the end of the tunnel. It's something that's been causing you pain for a while that needs to end so that you can get to brighter days, okay? Now, you're getting really close to the Ace of Swords. There is no 11 of Swords, thank God. So after this energy, you are getting close to a new beginning mentally. Gemini has your back. Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. And for a while, you had Mercury in your 10th house of career. So I know you guys have been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of stressing when it comes to money in your future. Okay? And if thinking about money is stressful enough, let alone thinking about money in your future. So that might be an issue too. Longevity. Turning a job into a career or something like that. But there's some kind of ending. For the majority of you, it is going to be in relation to some sort of job, some sort of teamwork situation where these 3 people, or these 3 or more people, were supposedly working together financially, but there was just some kind of painful ending to a financial situation. It might be a collaboration. Okay, let's move into the third week of June. And we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. So this is a hold on and let go energy. The 4 of Pentacles is all about holding on for dear life. Some of you guys are really trying to save money, which is why this guy has pretty tight grip. Now, this is a okay card to get for finances. Even though it's the 4 of Pentacles, it's a lot better than the 5 of Pentacles. It's, trying to save money, holding on a little bit tighter to the money that you make. This is a budget. I feel like some of you need to budget a little better, especially when there's this financial ending. Like, I don't know if this is just something that happens in the second week of June, to where there's an ending that costs money. You know what I mean? There's an ending to a situation. It's like a financial loss. Moving into the third week, though, this is when the summer solstice is coming. This is when the full moon in Sagittarius in your 4th house is coming. There could be an ending to a home. There could be an ending to a family situation. But the 4 of Pentacles is holding on. The 6 of Swords is letting go. So this is moving away from something you've been holding on to. A person, a place, a thing. It doesn't matter. Whatever this was, though, it was contributing to emotional chaos, emotional turmoil. Because this is the getting to calmer waters. So instead of hanging on to a situation that is comfortable financially, there's something, Virgo. You guys wind up at where you work in places that are awful for you. You stay with people. It's earth sign energy. Earth signs are concerned a lot with security. But, you know, your emotions matter too. You know, that your mental health matters too, Virgo. Not just, you know, money and reality and stuff like that. It's not your fault. It's just what you represent in the zodiac. But because of this painful ending that happened in the second week, like some of you may lose a job, and that might be what actually helps you release this Four of Pentacles. I mean, you're getting the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. You can see here, there's Four of Pentacles here, and then there's one Pentacle up here. So this is the Four of Pentacles. So perhaps this energy has something to do. I mean, this is the Four and the Five of Pentacles. So maybe you're hanging on to a situation that's actually costing you more money than you're making. Does that make sense? Because this is definitely, it's like hanging on and letting go. Hang on tightly, let go lightly. You know what I mean? You're moving on. Somebody here may be traveling. The Four, so there's just something about what you're hanging on to the third week. Be very, very mindful of what, because your energy is being spent here. Okay, your energy is hanging on to these Four Pentacles. So it's a bit, so you move from the Five of Pentacles to the Four, to the Three. I didn't even realize that, but you have the Three, the Four, and the Five of Pentacles, but they're all out of order. It should move from the Three to the Four to the Five. That would mean growth. But Virgo, what I'm very honestly telling you is that your finances, there is no chronological order to them, you know? So this is like a very up and down bank account numbers. Yeah, you go from the 5 to the 3 to the 4. So it's like, I think you take a loss the second week, but then you start moving out of that in the third week, because you make a step in the right direction from the 3rd to the 4th. I mean, from the second week to the 3rd week of June, there is this financial increase. You move from the 3 of Pentacles to the 4 of Pentacles. I'm just kind of reading it like that, and that has everything to do with some kind of ending. Because someone here is going to be moving on. You're going to be traveling or moving on to something. The 3rd week of the 3rd week of June is all about getting to a better foundation for yourself. The calmer waters are waiting out here for you. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. But you're going to have to leave something. The 3rd week of June is asking you to move on from something you've been hanging on to. It's a comfort zone. It might be a job that's pretty much ending. You guys may have to move away from it. This Six of Swords is really telling me that Virgo is like maybe even doing some traveling the 3rd week of June. You just really, I don't know if there's a child involved here. Okay, I see 3 people here in this boat. I don't know if some of you may be on a boat. You may get on a boat in the 3rd week of June, do some traveling. But you're definitely moving away from a comfort zone, which may or may not be stressful for you. And after you leave, whatever this is, it could be a person, whatever, you guys know what you hang on to. It's something that you're comfortable with, you know what I mean? But this has to be addressed. You don't want to hang on to this energy, because there's endings happening in your job so that you can start things in your career, which is why there was a new moon in your 10th house. There's new seeds being planted for your success financially in your future. That's what Gemini season was all about for you. This is when we move into Cancer season, though, which is going to be your 11th house. We move from your 10th house of career to your 11th house of friends, collective energy, social, internet energy. So you're moving on. And we get to the end of June. We got some conflict here, Virgo. You're going to be very conflicted in your mind. This is mental confliction if I've ever seen it. You know, you're kind of blinding yourself to this decision, because you know whatever decision you make, it's gonna cause some conflict. It's gonna cause some financial change. And I think that as a mutable earth sign, although you guys are able to adapt to reality, you're able to adapt to the changes in reality. Trust me, every mutable sign is guilty of this. Like Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, we are the masters of change and adaptation, but we hate change. How does that work? Like, we go through change more than any of the other zodiac signs. We create magic out of these changes and literally adapt accordingly, but we do not like to invoke change ourselves. You know, change is not what we are. Change is what we're capable of. So there is this indecision here. There is a major decision at the end of June for you, Virgo, and you are really at a stalemate. And sitting here in between these two roads, in between these two thoughts, in between these two truths, it's blinding you, and it's causing so much competition. It's causing conflict. It's causing It's causing a little bit of a mini battle here. Now, it's not that concerning. The Five of Wands is just a little bit of a competition. You know what I mean? I think you're just mentally competing. There's two thoughts that are competing in your mind at the end of June, Virgo. Okay? There's absolutely a stalemate here. There's a decision. It might be a decision, but you might be conflicted between whether you should stay or go with a person, a job. I don't know if this is a love. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you, but this is absolutely the difference between hanging on and moving on. And that could very well be what's confusing you at the end of June. You want to make this decision based off of what you know, based off of the truth, your gut instinct. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Virgo, you know what you need to decide. You know, I know both of these things are true. Both of these things give you clarity, but you've blinded yourself to both of them anyways, but you know that there's this conflict as well. So I don't know if there's a decision that you make at the end of the month that causes conflict. I don't know if not making this decision is what's causing this conflict. I think the longer you stay here, the louder your thoughts are going to get, though. You know, there's a lot of in-between going on here. There's a lot of polar opposite energy that I picked up on in your reading, too. So having some conflict making up your mind at the end of June for some reason. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups, Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, Emperor, and Ace of Wands. So you do have an ace here. Underneath the Ace of Wands is the Death card, so it could definitely be either something that it's a new beginning and it's an ending. No matter if this is an ending or a beginning, it's equally as passionate. And we have Leo here too, Scorpio, Leo. So this might be something that strengthens you. It may be something that transforms you. Like your strength is transforming. And there's this new passionate spark here. And there's definitely a choice here financially. You're juggling too much, Virgo. Look at it. This is another indication of going back and forth in the mind. Because we have Mercury here. And it's definitely about a decision you need to make now to ensure your future. I don't know if this is a new spark with a Leo or a Scorpio, someone who has both of those energies, but there is a new passionate spark here, okay? Now, the underlying energy, this is why your whole reading even came out. It has something to do with children. It has something to do with the past. It has something to do with nostalgia. There is an opportunity from your past that you're not really sure if you're emotionally available for, okay? You might miss an opportunity or simply ignore an opportunity because it has something to do with kids or it has something to do with the past. It's a nostalgic offer, so this is not the first time this has been offered to you, but you're in deep contemplation. Potentially even, you know, you're in deep thought about the past. I think this has to do with love. There might be a soulmate here or someone you had children with. I do see a father figure here. This is someone from your past returning to offer you something, Virgo, and I think you're just emotionally unavailable. You know, I think that you have your eye on a certain prize and you're ignoring any option that isn't that. It's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. This is extremely emotional. It's very nostalgic. This whole reading has something to do with, you know, nostalgia. I do think there's an opportunity from your past, whether it's love, a job. There's just something coming in from your past and you're not really sure about it, are you? Okay. And we have the Queen of Swords, which it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This could be an energy that you have. This could be you, Virgo. I think you're really, really focused on the truth. You're really, really focused on, you know, what would be the right thing to do. There may be a conversation with a boss here that's important, or a father figure, or an Aries. Or maybe you're just communicating with authority. Now, with this here, this might be like lawyer. You might be going to see a lawyer or someone who's in authority, which would be a lawyer or a judge. This to me is like a judge energy right here. All right, and this is about communicating the truth, saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Like someone here is taking control of their own voice and really, really, you know, embodying an intellectual perception of authority. You know, this is someone who speaks with authority, someone who's speaking with control and speaking with their chest, you know, speaking in an empowered way. So yeah, there's Aries here, there's Scorpio, there's Leo. So if you're not dealing with any of those signs, these are all major arcana surrounding this new beginning. So this is a very, very significant and major new beginning of passion for some of you, okay? And it might involve being your own boss. This is the boss. This is the father. It's Aries, okay, and the Queen of Swords. Communication with Aries, very important this month. Communication with father figures, communication with any authority is actually, it has a lot to do with your truth, and is very important because this is a conversation. You know, being the master of your own mind. And I don't know if there's an air sign that is offering you something from the past. This is an Aquarius, female for some of you. Okay, we have an Aquarius. You may not know if you're willing to. This may not be what you want anymore. You may be emotionally unavailable for this person. You may not even want to communicate with this person. I think you're ignoring this air sign, this Gemini, this Aquarius, this Libra, especially from the past. Now, it doesn't have to be an Aquarius. It might just be someone who's trying to communicate with you from the past, and you ignore their phone call, you ignore their text, you know, you leave them on red. You ignore their emails. You literally ignore them right in front of you. If they're right in front of you talking, you're ignoring them, like, because you're just emotionally unavailable for this. And I think it's because of a soulmate connection that you're like. This has something to do with soulmate energy, your past, love from the past, someone returning, feelings returning. Now, Virgo, this could also be someone from a past life. You want to ask yourself what seems familiar to you in June. Because there is this return vibration of energy where you're taking down memory lane. And, you know, Neptune is going retrograde in your 7th house of relationships. So illusions in your relationships from the past are going to be emerging. So be careful. Keep in mind, this is all about allowing love into your world in June. And, you know, experiencing and learning new things about you, about logic, about reality, waiting for proof. Okay, and so yeah, definitely some conflict here financially. There's some endings going on in regards to who you work with, where you work, job, energy. There's an ending there. You're going to be faced with, you know, hanging on to how you currently make money and moving on to something potentially better for yourself. Also, home environment, extremely important for the 3rd week. And then, you know, the end of June is you're definitely back and forth in your mind. You're very mentally conflicted about a truth of yours, and I think it might have to do with something from your past, something from your future. You know, you could have a decision to make between the new and the old, growth and comfort. So hopefully this helped, Virgo. This is your reading for June. If this resonated and you want a personal reading, or if you just have any questions, please look in my description box for the additional information, and we can set up a personal reading. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great summer solstice and Sagittarius full moon. That's all happening here. And I will have a video for the Sagittarius full moon. If you guys are interested, keep a lookout for that around the 15th. And if I don't see you there, I'll talk to you guys in July. Bye.